There's nothing an NFL player hates more than a random drug test. But for Broncos linebacker Alex Singleton, what seemed like a setup turned out to be a blessing in disguise that saved his life. Alex Singleton came into the NFL back in 2015, a decade ago. He went undrafted but got picked up by the Seattle Seahawks as an undrafted free agent. After years of striving and grinding for a shot, he had finally made it to the NFL. Unfortunately for him, just a couple months later, he was cut from the team. Back to the drawing board. 3 days later, he was signed by the Patriots, stayed there for a week, and was cut again. Over the next several months, things started to feel hopeless, till he signed with the Vikings later that December. He managed to stay with that team for a little while longer, but was released leading up to the 2016 draft. After having multiple bad experiences surrounding anything draft related, in 2016, his fortunes would change. Alex went back to his mom's home country of Canada and was selected first round of the 2016 CFL draft. He played 3 years in the CFL and over that time built a crazy resume. He averaged over 100 tackles per season, won Defensive Player of the Year in 2017, was named an All-Star in 2 out of 3 years, and won a Grey Cup, the CFL Super Bowl. But after 3 years in the CFL, Alex decided to come back home to the States. After what he put on film up in Canada, he was able to sign with the Philadelphia Eagles. His first year, he only played on special teams, but grinded his way into a much more significant role. Eventually, he was given a real opportunity, and for the next 4 years, the dude went crazy. In 2020, he recorded 120 combined tackles. In 2021, 137. In 2022, he signed with the Broncos and continued to be more and more productive. He put up 163 tackles. Then in 2023, 177. I also want to note, just in case you were a stickler for this type of thing, Trip, I'm talking about you. In both 2022 and 2023, he recorded over 100 solo tackles as well. If you got a fraction of old school football sensibilities in you, you will love how this man plays the game. This man is always getting downhill and he plays the game with a crazy motor. Football might be the only sport where enthusiasm can be so dang menacing. After a long journey as an undrafted player who had to build his name in the CFL, Alex finally signed a nice contract in 2023. He signed for 3 years, 18 mil with 9 mil guaranteed. And he had his best season after signing it too. I mean, he's literally gotten more productive every year. That's until 2024, when he tore his ACL in week 3 of the season. But this maniac still played the rest of the game on a torn ACL that happened in the first quarter. But after all of that adrenaline wore off, it was announced that he was gonna be out for the season. Today's video is sponsored by DraftKings. This has pretty much always been a football channel, but I know some of y'all have a more versatile fandom. Unfortunately for you, my sponsor DraftKings is coming through with a literal crossover offer. New customers bet $5 and get 3 months of NBA League Pass on DraftKings. And if your bet actually wins, you get $300 in bonus bets. Now look, please remember to bet responsibly, have your fun, but know your limits. Practice some discipline. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers, use my promo code FlemLo and bet $5 for 3 months of NBA League Pass, and it's on DraftKings. And if your $5 bet actually wins, you get $300 in bonus bets as well. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use promo code FlemLo. The crown is yours. So after being healthy pretty much his whole career, Alex was now facing his first major injury. Still, he was ready to go at the start of this season, and through 10 games already has 89 tackles. But he was doing so well coming off of this injury that it triggered the NFL's random drug test. This is pretty much 100% of the time met with contention by NFL players. But for your boy Alex Singleton, it was actually a blessing in disguise. Alex's test revealed that he had elevated levels of a hormone called HCG. The NFL probably thought they had him too, because HGC is sometimes used to counteract the side effects or to mask the use of synthetic steroids. But certain medical conditions can also cause a spike in the hormone. Alex is one of those dudes who takes his physical health extremely serious and keeps close track of every single thing that he puts into his body. That's part of the reason he's been able to play pro ball for 10 years and still be going strong. Knowing this, Alex got pretty concerned and booked a consultation with the urologist as he's trying to work through and get to the bottom of what has caused the spiked hormone. The doctor had good news, followed by bad news, followed by some pretty favorable news given the circumstances. The good news was that Alex didn't do nothing wrong. The bad news though was that he was actually displaying signs of a testicular tumor. The pretty favorable news though, given the circumstances, was that thanks to the random drug test, he detected the cancer early enough to remove it with relatively low risk. Alex immediately notified the Broncos and was quickly given an ultrasound. The ultrasound confirmed what the doctor had said. He indeed had testicular cancer. But here's the crazy thing. This man said cool, and he scheduled the surgery to have the tumor removed on Friday, November 7th. He chose that day because it was one day after the Broncos Thursday night game on November the 6th. Same way he played through the ACL, he would play one more game with this affliction as well. In that game, Alex had 9 tackles, and he helped lead the Broncos to a 10-7 victory versus the Raiders in a defensive struggle. Alex admitted that he really kind of struggled with sharing his personal information, but he felt like maybe he can encourage others to get checked because the early detection is huge. And anytime you have a platform like the NFL, you have the ability to raise awareness on things. So shout out to Alex for putting his business out there, all with the hopes of helping somebody else. It's unknown how much time dude's gonna miss, but he says he has a great prognosis and could actually be back on the field in the coming weeks. It'll be dope if he could really shake back that quickly. Sometimes the things that seem like a hindrance or blessings in disguise worked out for our good. So be resilient, don't fall into the woe is me. Being able to find the positives within the negatives, bro, that's an elite life skill. Because if you can't do that, you'll always be a victim, and you'll use that victimhood to justify the bad things you do. This is something that I'm currently working on, trying to move like this 100% of the time. When I do it, I'm happier with the outcome. But when my faith starts to waver and I allow myself to become pessimistic, I always look back on those situations with shame and regret. But here's the thing. If you ever feel like that, believe it or not, bro, it's a good thing. It's a conviction because deep down, you know you can do better. Remember when your coach used to say, you don't have to worry until I stop yelling at you, but as long as I'm screaming at you. That's a good thing because that means I see potential. When you feel that conviction that you can do better, it's the same thing. Like you still have potential to improve. For me, I pray and ask God to strengthen my heart so I can stand strong as a man in the face of anything and stop all of that whining and complaining all the time. Stand up like Alex did in the face of adversity. But while I pray and read my Bible, bro, that's me. But if you don't like how you handle in adverse situations, make a choice for yourself on how you're gonna address it.